Well, hello, my friends. I am so excited to be here with Wendy Goldberg. She is the executive director of the Faith Initiative, and Erik Servellon, the VP of Operations and Development. And what I now understand, all things United We Walk, everything goes into that, which we are going to be talking about United We Walk. But thank you so much for joining me today.
So glad to be here.
For having us.
Well, Wendy, I'm going to start with you. Let's just talk about what Faith Initiative is and who do you serve?
So Tri-Faith Initiative started a response to 9/11, what it means when people show up for and with each other. And out of a number of potlucks and picnics and opportunities for faith communities to reduce fear and improve and impact our ability to love and be kind to each other, the Tri-Faith Initiative ended in this bold experiment of co-location of a church, a mosque, a synagogue, and an interfaith center. And I'm not sure that as we did these, the co-location, we could have ever imagined how polarizing a time we would end in 2023. And to be at a place that is uncertain and chaotic, and that the headlines and sound bites are dividing us. And our history is ugly. And we have some silver lining that came out of that. And that is that the Tri-Faith Initiative is in Omaha, Nebraska, that we have the skills and the intention to build unity in our city. And that we truly believe that what others are allowing to divide them and create this silos and polarization can be changed through relationship. And one relationship at a time, we can show up for and with each other and change the narrative.
I honestly, so beautifully said. And there's so much there. I mean, you just covered like a lot of different places that was beautiful. And I think one thing, when we're going to talk about United We Walk, this is the second annual, and this event coming up in September that was created from really everything you said as well. So I want to come back to you, Wendy, but we're going to go and talk about United We Walk. So Erik, it takes place on Tri-Faith Commons. I did it last year. It was freaking amazing. And what's happening this year?
Yeah, thank you for coming last year. That was our inaugural United We Walk, and now we're proud to host our second annual United We Walk, United for Inclusive Omaha. And we're doing it on Sunday, September 10th, here at the Tri-Faith Commons, right off 132nd and Pacific. And really, it's a little bit of everything. It's an open house invitation to all of Omaha, Nebraska, the region, heck, maybe one day the nation, to come to this beautiful space that is like nowhere else in the United States, the first of its kind in the world, to come and explore our commons, our beautiful 38-acre campus. We have our synagogue, the church, the mosque, the interfaith center. They'll all be open. So it'll be a perfect opportunity to see those beautiful buildings and interact with the even more beautiful people. And we'll also do a walk around the commons. So there's a ring road that kind of circles the entire campus. We'll do a walk, and then we'll end in a festival open house environment. And what I mean by that is we're going to have community fair, food trucks, culturally sensitive, of course. We'll have music and entertainment on stage, and on top of some art activities and plenty of things to do. This is a family-friendly event, and it's our gift to Omaha, and it's also an invitation and a signal that we can continue to unite in a time of division and polarization.
Yeah, and it really is a celebration, bringing people together. And I'm just looking at last year, that is it like a mile? I'm just going to talk about the length. Is it about a mile? Okay.
1 mile exactly
Oh,
this
really?
year.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
this year we modified the route just a little bit. So it'll be 1 mile around the ring road. And we will have mobility devices available, golf carts, if those that need it, that just want to follow along and aren't able to really walk, we will have those available. We'll start here at the Tri-Faith Center. We'll have an opening ceremony right at 3 o'clock sharp. We'll start our opening ceremony. We'll have some words from Wendy, our grand marshals. We'll talk. We'll have a musical performance by the River City Mixed Chorus, and then we'll start our walk around the Commons. We'll end back at the Tri-Faith Center, and that's really when the open house and the festival of it all begins.
Because as I remember last year too, you know, we were able just to go into each one of the centers, the church, the synagogue, the mosque. I mean, and that was, I mean, you just don't do that, or you don't even think about doing that. It's just such a beautiful
Exactly.
time and space to just go visit and just to visually see it. Or I know there were people in there having, you know, being able to explain and or answer questions.
Mhm.
It was just a great way to learn more.
Thank you for that, because I really this is the opportunity to A, fund our work that we're doing at Tri-Faith, and B, come and explore the different buildings, meet the people. Just like last year, we will have volunteers that will be giving either guided tours or helping with self-guided tours of the buildings. And this is that perfect opportunity that if you've never been in a mosque or a synagogue or even a church, or you've never visited the Interfaith Center, this is that opportunity on September 10th.
Yeah. So how many people did you have last year?
So last year we had 2,500 people. This was our inaugural, Andy, and
Yeah.
we were planning for 1,000. We are
Yeah.
planning for 1,000 last year. We ended up getting 2,500. I have a really good feeling, and knock on wood, that 2,500 is going to be a floor for us this year. And people and community members, community organizations, elected officials, people from different churches and temples and synagogues, and even the other mosque in the area, they're going to be churning out for this event, and it's getting a lot of excitement.
Yeah. And I also just want to say for me too, just walking through, you know, doing that mile walk, walking around the commons to the campus, to the area, it's just I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, just for starters, of taking a walk. I mean, you're in nature, but then you're in these beautiful structures and the architecture. So it's just something I'm telling you, you know, everyone, this is to me a must do on September 10th. Um,
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
want to
for
add
that.
one thing
yeah,
here. I think some of what I'm hearing in both of your voices is this idea of awe, um, and wonder and curiosity. For some people, that is expressed in their faith tradition. This is not only there, this is not an opportunity to proselytize. This is not a religious experience. This is
right.
the opportunity to bring your curiosity and to realize that we want to uplift however people to relate to religion, that we want
Yeah,
people to come with a curious mind, and also to appreciate that doing this work to create a community that is warm and welcoming and has freedom of thought and belief costs money. And
yeah,
the education and advocacy that we're doing to make Omaha, Nebraska, and the United States a place that upholds our First Amendment is our mission.
yeah.
And that, again, costs money. So this is our fundraiser. It's fun. It's a festival. It's exciting. You don't have to come for a plated chicken dinner. And instead, you can come and celebrate this gift to Omaha. But please think about giving a gift to Tri-Faith at the same time so that we can continue this urgent work.
Well, and let me ask you more about that because the walk, I'm looking at your website, the walk, you can register for free. Is that correct? But
That's correct.
so how can we register for free, but then how, I'm sure, again, my screen just went black. So I'm just gonna, we can donate through the website. I mean, how, yeah, what would
Yes.
you like? I mean, how can we contribute?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So we want this event to be an accessible event, and that's why we have it free as a registration. Please do sign up. Let us know that you're coming.
Sure,
And
yeah,
we also ask for if you would like to make a donation. And that is a great opportunity for you to give us that 5, 10, 25 bucks that you can chip in to support this work. Also, while you're here on the Tri-Faith Commons, we will have event t-shirts that are available for purchase. Every single one does go and support our work. And then there will be plenty of QR codes around the Commons to give you an opportunity to donate to, again, what Wendy beautifully said, this important, very, very, very urgent work.
yeah. And you know, I'll just say, again, what you're doing is so important, and you have to support it financially. I mean, and you're making a difference in the world. I mean, that's one of the things I was going to ask you, Wendy. I mean, this being kind of the only place that exists right now, are you seeing other cities looking at this and talking to you about, hey, how can we create this where we're at? And that just ripples across, it just has this ripple effect. So you're seeing that.
I think the work that we're doing in Omaha, Nebraska, the world is watching. So we've done this bold experiment in co-location. We are developing curriculum and developing relationships, one relationship at a time. You heard me say that already once before, but it is so important that when we hear the sound bites on TV, when we watch the movie that sets us up to look at our history that has intentionally divided us, that we have to be intentional in reversing that narrative, that when we have an opportunity to walk together, to witness. One day that I thought was so powerful last year is that we had spiritual leaders who don't agree on theology. They don't agree on how religion is to be practiced, but they stood on that stage to not only memorialize those who were impacted by 9/11, which we will do again this year, but they stood shoulder to shoulder to say that in Omaha, Nebraska, our spiritual leaders care about peace and unity. And that's what we want people to feel good about attending, to come and know that, there's a lot that feels broken right this minute, but most of us are able to get along and want to get along and live in a society where we can thrive and coexist together. And so, this is an open invitation. Come join us on September 10th. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your neighbor, and it will be better together.
Yeah, it truly
To
was.
that end, Andy,
Yep.
and to that end, just Wendy did such a good job of articulating that. Something I want to make sure we put a good fine point on is that when we invite everybody, we really do mean everyone. We mean those of the full ideological, spiritual faith spectrum, whether it's those that have no faith or religious really affiliation to those that walk many different spiritual paths. All are welcome for this event.
Yeah. I just want to say that it truly was unlike anything I've ever experienced. And some ways were subtle, and some ways not so much. It just was something that I was just so honestly honored to be a part of last year. So, and I'm looking forward to it again this year. And I mean, anything else you want to add? I'm not, it's just, this was such a great conversation, but Erik?
Tryfaith.org. That's where you go to register. If you have any questions, reach out to us, and we, put in a good word for good weather.
Yes, yeah. Good weather, but tryfaith.org, beautiful website, register for free, make a donation. But I'm glad you brought up, Erik, when we're there on the 10th, 3:00 Sunday, so much going on, but we can, contribute there. We can buy t-shirts. And I just think the unity, united we walk, I don't know, it does lift you up to like, wow, what else can we create? What is possible in this beautiful world that, is there for us? So anyway, I'm excited. So thank you
Well
both for
said.
coming on the show with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You are welcome.